Thanks for choosing RTV News. I am Isabel Masozera. We hope you've had a wonderful weekend so far. Tonight, a very special edition. We have a snapshot from the Minister of Youth and Culture, who will be giving us a snapshot of what, the Youth Connect Africa platform has achieved over the past 10 years. But for now, the headlines. Some of the foreigners based in Rwanda state that the community work known as Umuganda is a sign of unity among Rwandans. And the president of the Interparliamentary Union is on a visit to Rwanda, where he will be attending the 145th Assembly of the Interparliamentary Union. This is RTV News. Now, top of our edition, some of the foreigners based in Rwanda state that the community work known as Umuganda is a sign of unity among Rwandans and a way to develop homegrown solutions, an example to other African countries. Manzi Prince kicks off the edition.
Leaders, employees and students in the African Leadership University, located in Masoro in Kigali City, are in a community work in Jabana, Nyarutarama in Gasabo district. Here at the Nyarurama schools, they are constructing water-holding walls, garden cleaning and planting fruits. Moreover, these schools were also constructed through community works, and the African Leadership University also played part. These are some of the students in this university.
And I come from South Africa, and you see that there are also marginalized communities as well, which are vulnerable to lack of education as well. So being a leader, experiencing this, I need to be in a place where I also initiate a program like this back in my home, because I've experienced this in Rwanda, and I've seen that it can be done. I've seen that it can be done, and we are actually here to commemorate that opening of this institution. So one of the most biggest thing that we need to do as leaders as well is being in a space where we identify a problem and we try our best to solve, because solutions are there. One of the things I've learned in Rwanda is that you guys are really much united and you are really striving to push forward your country. That's one of the things as well that most African countries need to adopt as well. Even the policies in Rwanda, they're very much favorable as well. You've seen President Kagame is doing his best, his very, very best to initiate these programs as well, to push his people as well. And that's one of the things that we need to learn as well as leaders as well. So thumbs up to His Excellency, President Paul Kagame, for his great initiatives. I look up to him as a leader as well. That's why one of the reasons why I came to Rwanda as well, it's because of a great leadership, for me to be in a space as well to learn about leadership.
The funny thing, back home we had something like this, what we called it Keep Bamenda Clean. It just was for cities and towns, but it actually died out due to the structure of governance and equally having to be able to spread the word. So people actually forgot about it. But now having to come here and be part of this actually creates that sense of bringing people together, because it goes beyond the bond of having to come to connect every Saturday, every weekend, in order to be able to clean the spots, but actually building, as I said, building that brotherly connections between one another, getting to talk, and then actually know where each and every person is coming from, and it keeps the nation united.
Employees at the African Leadership University say that the community work is a great example of good leadership.
Like I said, I'm from Senegal, and we don't do that there. And people always complain about, lack of help from government. They're always expecting and waiting for help. But if you start on your own, in your own communities, that's, to me, the best way to move things forward. I think this kind of initiative is really what we are looking for. We talk about leadership and leading by example. So having everyone from the community gather around, working, it shows good example to the younger generation and to everybody who's looking. So
I am so impressed by the sense of community spirit in Rwanda. I grew up in the United States, and I don't think I see a comparable spirit of caring for other people. And that's why we're doing what we're doing at ALU, because we want to educate the next generation of leaders for Rwanda and for Africa, and that means giving back.
The founder of the African Leadership University, Dr. Fred Swanika, also participated in this community work. He states that he's amazed by the integrity of Rwandans, seen in finding their own solutions to their problems.
I wish this model should be used all across Africa, in fact, even all around the world, because too often people are waiting for others to come and solve our problems. But this is an example of the community coming together to solve its own problems. And I think that, it's too many times in Africa we are waiting for someone from the West to come and solve our problems. But here we are solving our own problems. And I think it's also a great way to bring the community together. People are getting to meet each other, they're forming relationships, and they're getting pride. One of the things I'm always very impressed about Rwanda is the concept of agatiro and having dignity. And there's dignity in service and solving your own problems. So I think this is a great model that can be replicated in the rest of Africa.
The Vice Mayor in charge of Socio-Economic Affairs in the city of Kigali, Martin Rugeni, states that the Umuganda community work is a great initiative that might be introduced in other countries.
Many countries and people usually come to see the uniqueness of Umuganda. The citizens constructing different infrastructures on their own and maintaining them. We believe it to be a good example set by Rwanda and might be introduced in other countries.
Different countries adopted Umuganda as one of the ways of developing homegrown solutions. These include some countries where the Rwanda Defense Forces are deployed. The World Community of French-speaking countries also adopted it in what was named Umuganda Francophone. Prince Manzi, RTV News.
Thank you, Prince. Indeed, there's dignity in solving our problems. Now, moving on, the president of the Inter-Parliamentary Union is on an official visit to Rwanda, where he will be attending the 145th Assembly of the Inter-Parliamentary Union, scheduled to start on Tuesday, 11th to the 15th October in Kigali. Upon arrival on Saturday, the dignitary visited Kigali Genocide Memorial, where he witnessed various parts of the memorial and laid wreaths on graves of the victims of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi that are buried there. In his message after the visit, he noted that it's everyone's responsibility to ensure that what happened won't happen again in Rwanda or anywhere else in the world.
It's impossible to forget it. And that's why it was my first visit. I arrived this morning, the work will begin tomorrow, but the first thing to visit, the first place to visit was this memorial. Not just to honor the people that died during these awful times, but also to give it one example. It may happen again. If we forget it, it may happen again, not just here, in many parts of the world. And it's impossible to accept what happened, and also to accept that the international community didn't do what we should do to avoid it. Maybe these 1,000 of parliamentarians that are coming, I will invite all them from all nations of the world to come here. And maybe they will be back home and thinking that it's not possible to repeat something like what happened here in Rwanda. Never again. It's something that we should pronounce every day of our lives.
Now to matters concerning young people or African youth. In anticipation of this year's Youth Connect Summit, Rwanda's Minister of Youth and Culture, Honorable Rosemary Mbabazi, journeyed back to the milestones the platform has achieved over its 10-year existence and painted an ambitious picture for the future. Here is what she said to me.
Youth Connect started in Rwanda as a homegrown solution, and it has been in existence since 2012, now 10 years. We are really grateful and celebrating that most of the African innovations cannot exceed 3 years. And when you have 10 years in operation and expanding as it is an opportunity and an honor to serve this nation and the continent at large. But I owe this to the leadership of our country that is supportive of young people and creating all this enabling environment to make sure that the young people get what they need to be who they want to be. And so, yes, we have achieved it, though the journey is still long. We haven't achieved everything that we wanted to have, but one of the objectives was to connect and influence policies. So the policies have been influenced, and also the executive director of Youth Connect Africa Hub has been coordinating a study that was going around all the countries that are implementing to see the kind of policies that they have. Are they really youth-friendly? Are they responding to the issues of young people? And some countries, we found that youth policies as old as 20 years old, and they're not responsive to the issues that we have right now. And we were glad that it influenced their policies. So Youth Connect is a platform that helps to connect. It's like a convener of all these stakeholders on the continent. As I said, that we are now in 30 countries, starting from the heart of Africa, Rwanda, and now we are expanding in 30 countries. The policies that are making should be youth-friendly and should be responding to the young people. That is on the policy of youth, of the youth policy in different countries. Secondly, it's on programs, to influence on the programs, from the policy right to the programs. We have seen a lot of programs in different countries tailored to their issues, but the idea was received, or it was from Rwanda that they went and started implementing it in their own country. If I give an example, in Rwanda, where we have Youth Connect Awards, we have a program in Zimbabwe for Youth Connect Zimbabwe chapter. They are already doing on the labs, mobile labs, ICT labs that are going from schools to schools and from the streets, giving digital skills to the young people. That is part of Youth Connect program, but it is customized to the needs of their own issues in their own country. If you go to the northern part of Africa, we found there also Youth Connect much more in agro-processing. So it depends on which country where the Youth Connect is being implemented, and they come to respond and customize to their issues in their own country. In Rwanda, we are also implementing the Ecological Brigade, which is connecting young people to environmental conservation as an opportunity. And there we have now, right now, we have more than 10,000 young people in this protection of the environment and conservation. We have seen this program also expanding in the Sahel region. The Sahel region is so dry, and so the young people in the 10 countries in the Sahel region have started implementing the Ecological Brigade initiative that started in Rwanda under Youth Connect, and now they are planting trees around the Sahel region so that they can have life and they can conserve the environment. We have also the Umuganda that they also took from Rwanda, and it is now in West Africa. The young people are cleaning the streets so that it can be as clean as Rwanda. So we're already impacting even in a way that we can't even see. When they came here in 2019, we had Kigali Night Run, Youth Connect Kigali Night Run, and they were sleeping on the roads and taking selfies, talking about how clean Kigali is. When they go back, that is an objective. And it's already achieved that we see the car-free happening, the Kigali Night Run happening, and this is something that we say it is impacting on the young people on the continent. If we talk about also the partners, we started with 3 to 4 partners this program. We had no resources, but because of the vision that we had, because the support we have from the leadership of our country, everyone took it and it was implemented. So even the countries where they are implementing, the 30 countries, they have created an ecosystem of implementers. While before, they were working in isolation. Someone is working on entrepreneurship, another one is working on access to markets, another one is but they're duplicating each other. But the Youth Connect makes sure that we work together as a team, and what we are doing in Rwanda with our partners is replicated in other countries where Youth Connect is being implemented. We found that even those programs, the UN development programs were existing, but they were not having any program on youth spheres. But now there are programs there. So going forward, we see it growing. The target is to have all the 54, 55 countries of Africa having Youth Connect. We want also to have country chapters very strong. And we are likely also to have the hub coordinating satellite regional organization, regional hubs, regional Youth Connect that coordinates, because it might be bigger for 55, 54 countries being coordinated at once. So we are looking forward also to having satellites in different regions, but being endorsed and taken on board by their governments and being implemented within the ministries and being institutionalized in their leadership and organization of the ministries.
The Minister of Youth and Culture, Rwanda, they're giving us a snapshot of what the Youth Connect Africa platform has achieved over the past 10 years. Now, moving on Saturday, Bank joined the whole world to mark the Breast Cancer Awareness Month, a type of cancer that mostly affects women and girls, at an event that was organized by the Breast Cancer Initiative East Africa under the theme Love, Know and Check. Some of the patients that joined the breast cancer awareness campaign, including breast cancer patients, say they are committed to encouraging people to become more careful because prevention is better than cure. I have lived with breast cancer for 19 years. It is a serious disease. Rwandans compare it to death. We have decided to share our stories to encourage them to take the initiative to check. Male students studying at Green Hills Academy, where the event started, expressed their gratitude to the administration of the Breast Cancer Initiative East Africa and Bank for the event, saying they are ready to join their sisters and women as well as girls in the fight against breast cancer.
My grandfather has cancer, although it's not breast cancer, but it's cancer, and I know the struggle that comes with it, the pain, and the heartbreak that it causes to different families. And when I heard about the breast cancer initiative and awareness that came to Green Hills, I really wanted to participate because I knew the impact that it had on different women. And when we had an assembly a few weeks ago, they told us that also men can contract breast cancer. And it really scared me and sort of awakened me to become more involved with this issue. What I can tell the girls and boys about the prevention of breast cancer is basically find it out early, get tested.
I feel breast cancer is something that needs to be known about by many more people today. And by participating in this event, of course, while walking, we're spreading awareness for the disease. And of course, we're honoring the people who had breast cancer, have breast cancer, and are surviving through it, are tackling breast cancer.
The head of the Breast Cancer Initiative East Africa, who is a breast cancer survivor, says that she wants patients not to be isolated, but to receive treatment and be able to continue living, adding that the campaign is set to benefit many people.
With awareness, knowing that I use 3 words, love yourself, know yourself, get checked. With awareness, you can screen and know about the condition of your body before any diseases attacks it. Symbolic of my dream or of the work, join in globally with the other people all over the world to make Rwanda become aware and practice early detection strategies.
According to the CEO of Bank, they decided to participate in this campaign in order to tell their customers that breast cancer screening is valuable, emphasizing that a good economy is accompanied by a good life.
Bank yahisemo gushyigikira kino gikorwa kubera ko twemera ko ubuzima bwiza.
Bank got involved because we believe good health is interconnected with development. You can't prosper when you're not healthy. That is why we decided to help our customers and workers. We feel their health can't be ignored.
Bank says it will continue to encourage all its customers to get checked for other diseases because a good customer should be in good health. Isabel Masozera is my name. Thank you so much for choosing RTV today. We'll see you soon.